He's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. Well, for your information, a lot of my brothers got education.
Hello everybody, my name is Josh Clark. This is DSinicism, DSinicism.com. Welcome. This is episode number 54. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Tony Fry reading, and that is design featuring the self, community, culture, and ethics. Fry places the values of community against those of a capitalist consumer society. Beliefs, whether mythological or not, creates a sense of community. Meanwhile, a loss of belief creates the opposite, more of an individualist society. Colonization as well as globalization has also contributed to the cultural genocide that we've been experiencing throughout the last 300 years or so. So Fry's suggestion is that we implement redirective practice, which is a sort of transitional strategy. We'll get to that. Fry is also critical about design being uncritical, in that it is relatively needs to be paradigmatic, involving cultural, political, social context, so that we can put design in its place through education as well as industry, hopefully moving towards a more sustainable model. Fry talks about platforming as a form of redirective practice, where you're in parallel to your organization, you're forming an organization. It might be a sub-organization, and the idea is to develop products and services within this sub-organization that will contribute to some sort of sustainable way of doing things, and hopefully the approaches and methods being exercised within this group will spill over into the organization. Futuring looks at trying to challenge the ontological status or the ethos of contemporary design practice. The game is to design from the future to the present, based on objectives established at the outset. A thought experiment or a precautionary tale, for example, could be used to address the biophysical environment through political, social, cultural, economic determinants. What's critical to understand about futuring scenarios is they must be grounded in imperatives and transformative processes, rather than fantasy, idealized utopias and fictions.
Google and Amazon join forces, forming Googlezon. Google supplies the Google Grid, an unparalleled search technology. Amazon supplies a social recommendation engine and its huge commercial infrastructure. Together, they use their detailed knowledge of every user's social network, demographics, buying habits, and reading interests to provide total customization of content and advertising. This year, the New York Times switches to a paid subscription model online. However, its content stream remains open to Googlezon's indexing computers. The news wars of 2010 are notable for the fact that no actual news organizations take part. Googlezon and Microsoft face off, enhancing their services week by week. Googlezon finally checkmates Microsoft with a feature the software giant cannot match. Using new algorithms, Googlezon's computers screen stories for names, places, images, and other contextual cues, isolating facts from quotes and turning statistics into flexible equations. Then, Googlezon resorts, recalculates, and recombines these scraps with our information. Our blog entries, our photos, our purchases, our lives. Suddenly, news is more relevant than ever before. In 2011, the slumbering Fourth Estate awakes to make its first and final stand. The New York Times company sues Googlezon, claiming that the company's fact-stripping robots are a violation of copyright law. The case goes all the way to the Supreme Court, which, on August 4th, 2011, decides in favor of Googlezon. On Sunday, March 9th, 2014, Googlezon unleashes Epic. The evolving, personalized information construct is the system by which our sprawling, chaotic mediascape is filtered, ordered, and delivered. Everyone contributes, and many people get paid, a tiny cut of Googlezon's immense advertising revenue, proportional to the popularity of their contributions. Epic produces a custom content package for each user, using his choices, his consumption habits, his interests, his demographic, his social network to shape the product. At its best, tailored to its savviest readers, Epic is a summary of the world deeper, broader, and more nuanced than anything ever available before. But at its worst, and for too many, Epic is merely a collection of trivia, much of it untrue, all of it narrow, shallow, and sensational.
Designicism, a fusion of design and cynicism, is a philosophical position which questions the industrial agenda as well as tries to encourage purpose-driven and values-based work within the design community. Designicism.com is a division of Blockaway Innovation and is a global parent and supporter of UNICEF, which strives to ensure health, education, and equality for children everywhere.